people see the fame, everything that is fun or that they think is fun.
Right.
If you have a baby and the baby comes early or doesn't, or you try to plan to have a baby, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can try to plan a lot of those things, but you can't plan when a loved one might pass away. That's just not something, and then there come these tough decisions.
When he was in training camp was that his mom passed away. Getting off the field, his dad had been trying to call him. His dad had called me. It's hard knowing that your job was on the line based on the fact that you're gonna be gone for 10 days. And so when we came back, you know, he played out the rest of the season and all that fun stuff and didn't make the team. But it was hard knowing that nobody knew why he was gone for 10 days.
You always try to be what people think you are, and that's really not the case. I try to get people to know me for who I am before they know where I came from. Being real is what it's all about. Just be yourself, to live your life the way you want to live it and fulfill your dreams instead of trying to always fulfill someone else's.
This comes up every time I talk to a wife. The game does not stop if the player and his family have a life-changing event.
Right.
The game goes on, right?
The game goes on.
Yeah.
And they were very supportive. The Bears, the organization, Lovie Smith, they're very supportive. But even still, Moose, you're not going to Ethiopia. So I'm sitting there thinking,
we support what you do, but you're staying here.
Yeah, exactly. They're hungry, they can't eat, you want them to have a good education, opportunity. I totally can understand why a mother would give their child up for adoption in those situations. The bond, I mean, they, to this day, love their birth mother dearly and their father who's deceased. But
did you watch them say goodbye?
I watched them say goodbye.
Having a daughter is a game changer. We had 2 boys first, and then we had a daughter. And I nitpick. It's easy for women to nitpick and say, you know, oh, this is out of place, or my hair doesn't look great. But I don't want my daughter to think that her worth is in how she looks. I want her to know that it's great for her to be smart. I want her to be strong.
And that's the most beautiful thing, because I think that is the message that so many of us, no matter if we're young women, I don't want to call them older, but more mature women, all of us need to remember that we're enough just where we are. And it's beautiful to see that it's not the money that defines you or what your husband has done or is doing, but what defines you is who you are and what you're doing with that.
For me, I feel like I'm a better mom and I'm a better wife because I have a sense of independence. It's okay for your husband to be that provider, and it's okay for you to work too. Go after your passion, do what you love, and I feel like it'll make you stronger as a woman, as a mom, as a wife.
And this is a fair warning for all of you watching. Michelle's abs are not human. I want to say this. They're absolutely not human.
I have to thank my mom and dad for that. It's just good genetics. My sister's the exact same way. My brother doesn't even work out. He's the same. Yeah, it's just good genetics.
They all have abs like that?
Oh yeah. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and thank you, God, for some good abdominal genetics.
Is that Thomas Davis?
Yeah, that is TV.
When I saw it happen, I knew. When he grabbed his leg, I knew. And my heart sank. And it wasn't about him, you know, not being able to play football anymore. It wasn't about, you know, the pain even that he was going through from that tear. It was just about all the hard work and dedication that he went through to come back again. I knew. Nobody else knew what he went through. I knew, you know, those nights of having to lift his leg up in the bed or having to help him walk or getting up and down stairs. Our house had stairs everywhere you look. So I knew all that hard work he put into trying to get back to do what he loved.
And I lived in a secret for a long time, and that's why I want to share it. And we had this, and when it's in the dark, it can't be used for good. I want these girls who are going to experience a lot of shame and a lot of guilt not to live in that.
Because you found out that you were pregnant again at age
45.
45. Right, and I was over 42.
Right.
But I think when you forgive someone, it not only is a blessing to them, but a blessing to you too, correct? I mean, that's how you go on.
Absolutely. If I'm walking around with unforgiveness, that's a burden on me. Why would I do that to myself?
I think it's so important for people to hear that love overcomes racism. Because your mom had to face some tough times by making that choice, which was the right choice, obviously.
Right. She remembers the landlord coming up to her and saying, "Wait a minute, is this child black?" And she says, "Yes." She goes, "Well, you're gonna have to find somewhere else to go. You're no longer welcome here."
We're gonna continue to come a long way because of people like your mom, people like you, people who are not afraid of making a difference, but realizing that love sees no color. Let's start to see each other for who we are.
That's right.
And not the color of our skin,
That's
right?
right.
So you're tucking your 3-year-old son into bed and you're thinking, well, who's gonna do this if I'm not here? And at the same time, you know there's people around you all the time that have loved ones that succumb to cancer, right? And so you're trying to keep a balanced view and you wanna be strong, but it's hard to not be scared. It's hard to not be afraid that you're not gonna get to be mom while they're growing up.
And yet, you guys found a way to pick it up and face it, face the giant for what it is.
And I still remember you and your family sitting for my entire surgery, even with little kids, sitting outside of the waiting room supporting my husband. And to this day, that's one of my fondest memories of what relationship that we have, that support of sticking together.
And there's not another place that I would have wanted to be that day, because I remember that life was so vulnerable.